Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, sa ating mga aspirant teachers of the Department of Education, to our active public schools district supervisor, to our school heads, our speakers for today. We welcome you all to our division online orientation for senior high school teacher 1 applicants. To start with, please stand by as we sing our national anthem to be followed by a prayer and Zamboanga Hermosa.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, helas ng sinakanan, alam ng puso, sa dikit mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, kuya ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagatak tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagaw, ay hinatang tula, kawin sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang islang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nagtitindig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magtitindig. Luman ang araw ng walhagit pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya na pagkay mga amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Heavenly Father, I am your humble servant. I come before you today in need of hope. There are times when I feel helpless, weak. I pray for hope. I need hope for a better future. I need hope for a better life. I need hope for love and kindness. Some say that the sky is at its darkest just before the light. I pray that this is true, for all seems dark. I need your light, Lord, in every way. I pray to be filled with your light from head to toe, to bask in your glory, to know that all is right in the world, as you have planned and as you want it to be. Help me to walk in your light and live my life in faith and glory. In your name I pray. Amen.
Of course, in every orientation, we will always recognize our different participants from different districts. As I call your district, please hit the like button or subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell for more updates. Or you may go to our comment section and post your questions later. If we have during our open forum, we will discuss it and address all your concerns. Or you can also shout out. You may do some shout out sa ating comment section. Maybe later if we have enough time, makaka-read tayo ng mga shout outs from our viewers. Okay, so we will start from the Ayala District with 41 applicants. From Recodo District with 8 applicants. Kawit District with 4 participants. From Sinunok District, we have 6 participants. From Baliwasan District, we have 31 participants. From Calarian District, we have 6 participants. From Malagutay District, ay wala pala, sorry, 0 pala ang participant natin for Malagutay. For Labuan District, we have 3 participants. From Patalon District, we have 4 participants. From Talisayan District, we have 11 participants. For Quadrant 1.1, we have a total of 114 participants for senior high school. For Quadrant 1.2, we have Santa Maria District with 40 participants, San Roque District with 13 participants, and Pasonanca District with 11 participants. A total of 64 participants for Quadrant. East Coast, we have Vitali District with 13 participants, Tagasilay District with 3 participants, Tiktapul District with 16 participants, from Curuan District with 3 participants, we have 11 participants from Manikaan District. From Sangali District, we have 8 participants. A total of 54 participants for Quadrant 2.1. And last quadrant, we have Quadrant 2.2. We have Mercedes District with 8 participants, Taluksay District with 1 participant, Culianan District with 27 participants, Tetuan District, we have 13 participants, Talon-Talon District with 48 participants, and last district, we have Arena Blanco District with 6 participants. For Quadrant 2.2, we have a total of 119 participants. So we have an overall total number of participants of 351 senior high school applicants for this year. So I think all of the districts were called. So before we will start with our session proper, may I introduce to you ang ating mga nagagandahan at nagagapuhang Division Selection Committee for senior high school level of the Department of Education. Check this out. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, ang ating mga division selection committee members of senior high school level. Since you already know them, I think you are ready to listen to our speakers for today. You need to pay close attention to them as they will discuss DepEd Order number 3 series of 2016, the hiring guidelines for senior high school teacher 1 positions. So, mga ka-teacher, mga ka-senior high school applicants natin, please listen carefully. You need to know the process of DepEd Order number 3, series of 2016, so that you will know the entire process from application down to hiring. So without further ado, to discuss to us the background, evaluation, and selection committees, our first speaker for today is an education program supervisor for School Governance and Operations Division, and at the same time, the chairperson of the Senior High School RQA 2021. Let us welcome Mr. Basilio D. Uy.
Welcome to the Zamboanga City Schools Division Office, hiring guidelines for senior high school teaching positions effective school year 2016-2017. Our reference is DepEd Order number 3, series of 2016. Blessed morning to each and everyone, most especially to our applicants who will be making a difference to our learners, the hoped, and future workers in our society. I am Mr. Basilio Uy, the Education Program Supervisor under the School Governance and Operations Division, and at the same time, the Chair of the Division Selection Committee for Senior High School. Peaceful and working morning also to our guests who are here with us, as well as to the SDO Division Screening Committee. Before we'll start, allow me first to give you the rationale or what really DO number 3 is all about. Rationale: the Department of Education, DepEd, recognizes that the success of any education system greatly relies on the competence of its teachers. Hence, one of the primary issues the department aims to address through its comprehensive implementation of the K-12 basic education program is the need for highly competent teachers in the senior high schools. The program plans to achieve this objective through setting professional standards that will better ensure that the teachers hired are able to significantly contribute to the development of lifelong learners. Faithful to the merit and fitness principle of the civil service doctrine of the Constitution and DepEd's continuing trust to enhance the quality of basic education, these hiring guidelines are hereby promulgated for teaching positions in the senior high school consistent with the pertinent provisions of existing laws, rules, and regulations. As to the scope of these guidelines which shall apply to the filling up of newly created or natural vacancies for teaching positions in public senior high schools shall cover the following areas or aspects: announcement of vacancies and receiving of applicants, verification and validation of submitted documents, evaluation criteria and selection process of qualified applicants, the appointment of qualified applicants, and monitoring of schools division offices, the SDO, and compliance by regional offices, the ROs. For applicants who are already teaching with the DepEd either in elementary or junior high school, DepEd Order number 66, series of 2007, on the revised guidelines on the appointment and promotion and other teaching-related teaching and non-teaching positions shall apply except for Part 3, computation of points, and of said DepEd Order. Part 7, evaluation criteria and computation of points of these orders shall be applied instead. Let us now proceed to the definition of terms for you guys to familiarize words or phrases that need to be clarified as you go along the way of this issuance. To start with, we have bona fide resident. refers to an applicant who has been residing for at least 6 months at a barangay or city in which the school being applied to for a teaching position is located, as evidenced by the personal data sheet, the CSC Form 212, revised 205, and a voter's identification card or any proof of residency. Displaced HEI applicant refers to applicant who has a minimum teaching experience of at least 1 complete academic year in an HEI as of academic year 2014-2015 and has been displaced as a result of the implementation of RA 10533, otherwise known as the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013. Permanent refers to the employment status issued to a person who meets all the minimum qualification requirements of the position to which he or she is being appointed, including the appropriate eligibility prescribed in accordance with the provisions of the law, rules, and standards promulgated in pursuance thereof. Provisional refers to the employment status issued to a teacher who meets all the requirements of the position except eligibility professional teaching license. The RQA refers to the official list of applicants who obtain an overall score of 70 points and above based on the criteria and as a result of the evaluation and selection process set herein. Senior high school subject groups are related senior high school subjects grouped according to needed teachers, specialization, preparation such that all the subjects in any track or strand offered by the school can be taught by qualified teachers. The senior high school subject groups shall be the basis for preparing the senior high school registry of qualified applicants. Senior high school teacher applicants should also indicate the senior high school subject group they intend to teach in their application letter. Teacher applicant may also teach subjects from different groups provided that he or she qualified to do so. The senior high school groups are as follows. Group 1, UMS, Oral Communication, Reading and Writing, English for Academic and Professional Purposes, Practical Research, Komunikasyon at Pananaliksi sa Wika at Kulturang Pilipino, pagbasa at pagsusuri ng iba't ibang teksto sa pananaliksi, pagsulat sa Filipino sa piling larangan, 21st century literature from the Philippines and the world, contemporary Philippine arts from the region, understanding culture, society, and politics, introduction to the philosophy of the human person and related specialized human subjects, media information, literacy, empowerment technologies, Group 2, ABM and Entrepreneurship, Research and Work Immersion, Group 3, STEM and the following subjects groupings: General Mathematics, Statistics and Probability and related specialized STEM subjects, Earth Science, Earth and Life Science, Physical Science and related specialized STEM subjects. Group 4, TVL and the following specializations: Specialized TVL Agri-Fisheries, Specialized TVL Industrial Arts, Specialized TVL ICT, Specialized TVL Home Economics. Group 5, Sports and the following subjects: Physical Education and Health, Personal Development and related specialized sports subjects. Group
Scene 1, take.
We will now proceed to the announcement of vacancies. Announcement of vacancies. The complete list of all vacant senior high school positions shall be disseminated by the DepEd Central Office to the school's division offices or the STOs and school offering grades 11 and 12. The STO's personnel division shall publish the vacant positions in the CSC Bulletin of Vacant Positions and through other modes of publication such as agency website and newspaper, and post the same in at least 3 conspicuous places in the STO. its website and in the schools concerned for at least 10 calendar days. The date of posting shall be indicated in the notice. Application process and documentary requirements. An applicant shall submit to the SDO or the school head of the senior high school either standalone senior high school or complete secondary school where a teacher shortage or vacancy exists. A written application supported by the following documents mandatory requirements. Submit application letter to the school. Mandatory requirements, we have the CSC Form 212 or the PDS in 2 copies, Certificate of Relevant Specialized Training, Voter's ID and or any proof of residency, NBI clearance, omnibus certification of authenticity and veracity of all documents submitted signed by the applicant. Additional requirements: certified photocopy of the following: bachelor's degree diploma, transcript of records, PRC ID, certificate of registration, LET or PBET rating. Additional requirements for the HEI TVL faculty: certified photocopy of certification of status of employment service record from the HEI TVL. Additional requirements for TVL, TESDA, and C, certified photocopy of trainer's methodology certificate, TMC, if available. Additional requirements for arts and design and sports, certified photocopy of certification of proficiency, recognition from recognized and respectable relevant associations or organizations, guild. RQA posting. Next, we will proceed to appointment. Application process quick guide. Submit application letter and requirements, demo and interview, and take the English proficiency test. School screening committee ensures that the updated list of vacancies are regularly posted at noticeable places and at the websites of schools and teacher education training institution at all times. Receipts, applications, and documents. Verifies and certifies as to completeness, veracity, accuracy, and authenticity of documents. Informs applicants about schedules, timelines, and deadlines at least 7 days in advance. Produces copies of the receipt applications and documents before submitting the original submissions to the Division Selection Committee. Composition: chairperson is the school head, the members, the head teachers for core and or track subjects as needed based on the school's vacancies. 3 teachers from the different learning areas as needed based on the school's vacancy. The president of this SGC and PTA. Division Selection Committee. Receives from the school screening committee the list of applicants. Verifies the documents submitted by the school screening committee. Evaluates applicants based on the criteria set forth in these guidelines. Reviews and consolidates the results of the individual ratings of applicants. Prepares separate division-wide RQA the for list of each applicants. core subject and track. Secures list of its LGU-funded teachers. Ensures that LGU-funded and volunteer teachers applicants go through the application process. The composition: chairperson is the ASDS. Members, we have 1 education program supervisor or specialist, the NAPSHI or the NAPSPIL president, the teacher representative, 1 regional education supervisor as process observer. The official in charge of personal actions shall provide secretariat services and maintain the minutes of proceedings of the selection and deliberation process. So those are the hiring guidelines for senior high school applicants as stipulated in DepEd Order Number 3, Series of 2016. This is Mr. Basilio D. Uy, Education Program Supervisor under the Schools Governance and Operation Division of Zamboanga City, saying as one family, no hay cosa imposible, cree, junto, puede.
Thank you very much, Sir Basilio Uy, for that wonderful discussion. Indeed, all our participants are very familiar now with the terms and definitions of DepEd Order Number 3, as well as the committees who made up this RQA 2021. So before we will proceed to our next speaker, magbabasa muna tayo ng ating shoutouts coming from our viewers. So first we have Alejandro Baez. Good morning po. Aline Pajel Mariano, good morning everyone. From Norman Torresiba, good morning from Recodo District. Cathy Boglosa, magandang umaga po from Ayala District. From Armina Abda, good morning everyone watching from Calarian District. Mabel Gilbuena, good morning. Gerald Pescadero, good morning po. Krista Roja, good morning. From Ernesto Tingua Sisona Jr., good morning, watching from Talon-Talon District. From Bea Mayet Tumutod, from Calarian District. Belia Therese Suson, good morning. Giselle Macrohon from Talisayan District. Misael Amora, good morning po. From Ma'am Lazel Antahil, good morning. Shane VP, Talisayan District. Aina Kim, good morning po. From Ayala District. Annie Shane Garcia, good morning. Florisa Roque, good morning po. From Putik District. From Kerwin Julian, good morning from Putik District. Yung mga hindi pa po nakapasok sa ating online streaming ngayon sa YouTube, sa mga senior high school applicants natin, please tell them, yung mga co-teacher applicants nyo po, para at least they are well-oriented with our DepEd Order Number 3 series of 2016. You may also post your questions. We are ready to cater all your questions if you have queries. Para po later sa ating discussion sa open forum, they will address all your inquiries regarding your application. So now, we have our second speaker for today who will discuss to us the evaluation criteria up to the computation of points on specialized training. The education program supervisor for Araling Panlipunan, and also one of the members of the Division Selection Committee, none other than Mr. Erwin P. Badeo.
Welcome to the DepEd SDO, where we present the guidelines within the contents of the DepEd order itself. I'm Erwin Badeo, Education Program Supervisor for Araling Panlipunan and UMS. Today in my presentation, the hiring guidelines for senior high school teaching position, evaluation criteria, and computation of points are the main topics. I am inviting everyone to listen attentively and understand the centers of the DepEd Order Number 3, Series 2016, so that you will be guided accordingly. Are you ready? Let us begin. Teacher applicants shall be evaluated according to the criteria detailed as shown in this table. The Division Selection Committee, upon recommendation of the School Screening Committee, shall ensure that each applicant is evaluated based on his or her preferred senior high school subject group. The same criteria shall apply to applicants without professional teaching license. The first criterion is education. 20 points for applicants of the academic track and course subjects, and 15 points for applicants of the TBL, Arts and Design, and Sports Track subjects. If the points obtained by an applicant exceed the total number of points for the criterion, a perfect rating of 20 for academic track and course subjects or 15 for TBL, Arts and Designs, and Sports Track shall be given. For example, if the applicant has a final percentage rating obtained in the undergraduate studies of 91 to 93.99 or 1.5, the equivalent point is 13 for academic track and course subjects with a doctorate relevant to the track strand subject shall be given plus 8 points. Therefore, the total points obtained is 21. This exceeds the total number of points for the criterion. Rather, a perfect rating of 20 shall be given and not 21. This time, let us look at number 2 criterion, and that is teaching, industry, workplace experience. 15 points for applicants of the academic track and course subjects, whereas 20 points for applicants of the TVL, Arts and Design, and Sports tracks. At least 1 year of professional experience in the fields under the track strand subject being applied for shall be given 0.5 point for every month of employment beginning on the 13th month of employment. Applicants who have performed duties and functions higher than the position being applied for shall be given additional plus 2 points. If the points obtained by an applicant exceed the total number of points for the criterion, a perfect rating of 15 for academic track and course subjects or 20 for TBL, Arts and Design, and Sports track shall be given. For example, TBL applicant with 2 years or 24 months experience shall be given 6 points, that is 24 months minus 12 months multiplied by 0.5 is equal to 6 points. Another example is TBL applicant with 5 years or 60 months experience shall be given 20 points, that is 60 months minus 12 months multiplied by 0.5 is equal to 24 points. But the points obtained exceed the total number of points for the criterion, a perfect rating of 20 shall be given and not 24. Another criterion number 3 is specialized training. 10 points for applicants of the academic track and course subjects, 20 points for applicants of the TBL track subjects, 15 points for applicants of the Arts and Design and Sports track subjects. TBL applicants must at least hold a National TVET Trainer Certificate or NTTC from TESDA, which means National Certificate in Subject to be Taught and Trainer's Methodology Certificate 1 or 2. I will be giving you examples. Number 1, applicant applied for ABM with NC3 in bookkeeping. Her specialized training bookkeeping is relevant to ABM. Number 2 example, applicant applied for STEM or Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics with NC2 in bread and pastry production, his or her specialized training, bread and pastry production, is not relevant to the STEM. Number 3 example, applicant applied for TVL, graduated in Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Home Economics with NC2 in EIM or Electrical Installation and Maintenance. His or her specialized training EIM is not relevant to his or her education. He or she must an NC2 holder of any specialized subjects in PBL-HE. That's all for hiring guidelines for senior high school teaching position, evaluation criteria, and computation of points. Thank you for your active participation. Once again, I'm Erwin Badeo, your EPS for Araling Panlipunan and UMS, saying, DepEd Zamboanga service slogan, No hay cosa imposible, cree, junto puede.
Thank you very much, Sir Badeo, for that wonderful discussion. Lahat ng diniscuss ni Sir Badeo is very, very important, especially on the vertical articulation of your relevance sa education to training. Kasi that is a very important part in playing in giving you points sa inyong specialized training. So yun po, it's very, very important. Take note sa ating mga senior high school applicants. So before we will proceed to our next speaker, magbabasa na naman tayo ulit ng ating shout out from our viewers. You just keep on commenting sa ating live chat para pwede po nating ma-mention ang inyong ang mga applicants if you are present here sa ating online orientation. So we have Grace Kabugwas. Good morning, ma'am, from Ayala District po. Jamila Sama. Good morning from Recodo District. Sherin Bengil. Good morning from Santa Maria District. From Christy Iturralde. Blessed morning, everyone, from Putik District here. Mary Rose Canha. Good morning from Ayala District. Mary Claire Nangit. Good morning from Ayala District. From Alejandro Baez, Ayala District here. Irina T, San Roque District. Good morning, watching from Sangali District. And from Harley Brian Toro, blessed morning po from Ayala District. From Lizelle Antahil, DepEd Zamboanga SDO, good morning po. From Yusuf Sabdani, magandang buhay po, Yusuf Sabdani mula sa Arena Blanco District. Okay, so now we have 191 watching right now sa ating live streaming. Oh, dumadami na sila. We have 189, running to 200 po sila. Pataas lang po ng pataas ang ating mga viewers. So keep on telling your co-applicants kung hindi pa sila nakapasok sa ating online streaming, they may register sa ating online registration. We have already posted it last week pa po para sa kung sino po yung papasok for their schedule. So I hope everyone is present here para at least ma-orient sila sa ating DepEd Order number 3 series of 2016. So our next speaker is an education program supervisor for science and also one of the members of this division selection committee for senior high school level. And at the same time, the OIC chief of CID to discuss to us the criteria for interview and demo teaching. Please help me welcome Dr. Leila M. Fernandez.
Blessed day to all our virtual audience. I am Leila M. Fernandez, Education Program Supervisor for Science and a member of the Division Selection Committee for Senior High School. We are still on the different evaluation criteria. The fourth evaluation criterion is interview. Interview is 15 points for applicants of all tracks. The committee shall interview applicants and ensure that all have equal opportunities to be assessed. Applicants shall be interviewed on topics such as K-12 program, professional experience, instructional skills, technology and computer skills, classroom discipline, classroom management, knowledge of content, planning skills, relationships with administration, staff, parents, and students, and personal qualities. The interview shall center on the 3 competencies. The first competency is teaching ability. Applicant has to demonstrate appropriate knowledge of content and pedagogy. The second is classroom management. Applicant has to demonstrate ability to encourage positive student behavior and to deal effectively with negative student behavior. The third is school fit. Demonstrate skills and needs for development that can be a good fit with the school. A scoring guide or rubric shall be used to rate the responses of the applicants. Encourage positive student behavior and to deal effectively. Very satisfactory to outstanding, using standards and equivalent points of 1, 3, and 5 respectively. The next evaluation criterion is English communication skills. This criterion is given 10 points for applicants of the academic track and core subjects, and 5 points for the TVL, arts and design, and sports track subjects. English communication skills will be measured through the English proficiency test, which will be administered to applicants by the Bureau of Education Assessment. The total percentage score obtained by an applicant shall be multiplied by the weight points. To illustrate, if applicant Y for academic track obtained a percentage score of 82 or 0.82, his rating shall be multiplied by 10. So the rating of that applicant for EPT is 8.2. For applicants in the TVL and sports track, the weighted points is 5. Using the same computation, his rating for EPT would be 4.1. You might ask, until when will the EPT result or score be valid? Well, the score shall be valid for 2 years. This means that the EPT 2019 can be used by the applicant and shall be valid until 2021 application. However, in the event that the applicant decides to take another EPT for the next application, the latest EPT shall be honored or counted regardless of whether it is the lower or the higher score. The sixth criterion is portfolio or outstanding accomplishments. This criterion is given 10 points for core subjects, academic and TVL track subjects, and 15 points for arts and design and sports track subjects. Submission of portfolio or outstanding accomplishments is encouraged. These may include, but are not limited to, the following. What documents may be considered to be outstanding accomplishments? For published work, for example, if you are the author of a book or educational article, like classroom-related articles that talk about classroom management, pedagogy, or ICT integrated instruction, among others. For recognized innovation and research, documents like products, process, concepts or combination where the new idea has been translated into practical use. Awards, recognition, commendation. Documents like thesis, academic papers can be counted if the paper has been presented to an academic, business, or industrial body and was given a commendation. However, those theses submitted as part of academic requirement shall not be counted. For exemplary performance, recognition that was received after undergraduate education or a recognition received in the performance of one's job, among others. As a final reminder, all those documents mentioned must be relevant to the specialization or position being applied for to be able to earn points. The last criterion is demonstration teaching. 20 points for academic and core subjects and 15 points for TVL, arts and design, sports track subjects. The applicant's teaching ability shall be measured using the 6 domains such as lesson planning and preparation, which is subtasked into 3 components. Classroom management, subtasked into 2 components. Teaching learning process, subtasked into 5 components. Language proficiency, subtasked into 2 components. Assessment of learning outcomes and reinforcement of learning, subtasked into 2 components. The highest score for each component is 4. The number of points attained for each of the 15 components listed shall be added and then divided by 60. The quotient shall be multiplied by 0.20 or 20% for academic track and core subject applicants, or 0.15 or 15% for TVL, arts and design, and sports track applicants. The product shall then be multiplied by 100. To illustrate an example, sum of points attained for the 15 components by sports applicant is 45. Following the computation, 45 divided by 60 times 0.15 times 100 equals to 11.25. So the score for demonstration teaching is 11.25 out of 15. That would be all. Stay safe and positive. Once again, I am Leila M. Fernandez, Education Program Supervisor for Science, inspiring you with our service slogan, No hay cosa imposible. Cree, junto junto, puede.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Leila, for that explicit explanation for the evaluation and computation of interview and demo teaching. So, alam nyo na ngayon kung paano yung computation ng inyong interview and demo teaching. May mga different scoring po tayo for every track. So, you should take note of that sa mga applicants natin for this RQA 2021. So before we will proceed to our last, isa huli na pong speaker for today. Siya na po ang pinaka-last natin na magto-talk about DepEd Order number 3. Magbabasa muna tayo ng shoutouts for this morning. We have Elaine Rojas. Good morning po from Talon-Talon District. And by the way, pwede po pa kayong mag-post ng inyong mga questions if you have para ma-clarify po. Kasi DepEd Order number 3 is very tricky. Ang daming kailangang i-take note, ang daming kailangang i-consider kasi we have different tracks. We have different strands to follow. So iba-iba po ang computation. So if you have doubts in your minds, if meron pa kayong mga queries sa inyong mind, mga what ifs ninyo, i-post nyo na po sa comment section habang maaga pa, kasi we are very privileged, lalo na mga applicants natin ngayon, kasi nagbibigay tayo ng orientation. At least you will know the process. Sabi nga nila dati wala talagang ganito. At least ngayon meron pong ganitong online orientation. At your comfort lang talaga, pwede nyo nang ma-access, pwede nyo nang malaman kung ano yung gusto nyong malaman sa inyong application, and wala na pong hassle on your part. So habang may opportunity pa na magtanong, you may ask your questions and we will address it sa open forum. So, from Ma'am Hazel Pantaleon, good morning po from Talon-Talon District. From Chrysler Tumale, good morning. From Limay Liedo, from Talisayan District, good morning po. From Irish Fernando, watching from Putik District. Abigail Sicuando, blessed morning everyone. Melvin Pabatang, good morning. From Milabel Fabian, watching from Tetuan District. From Alaina Salahudin, blessed morning po from Arena Blanco District. From Melvin Pabatang, from Pasonanca District. From Shirley Absing, good morning. From Lyra Grace Viernes, good morning po. From Lizelle Liagos, good morning. Applicant from Ayala District. From Jovelyn Villaruz, hello po, good morning. From Lajid Sarahan, applicant from Talon-Talon District. From Sir Wilmer Diacor from Santa Maria District. From Freddy Mar Leria, good morning from Ayala District. Parang napapansin ko ang daming from Ayala District. Of course, ang dami din nating applicants from Ayala. I think we have 40 or 40 plus. From Elizabeth Lagbaran, magandang umaga po sa lahat. Kung may mga co-applicants pa po kayo na hindi pa nakapasok, at least pwede pa po kayong pumasok, hindi pa po tapos ang live streaming natin. You may comment po sa ating live chat. From Ayana Kim from Ayala District, from Risa May Herosaga from Ayala District, from Rose Francisco, good morning po. From Stina De Guzman, good morning and stay safe everyone, from Calarian District. From Noel Del Moro, good morning. From Geraldo Pescadero, shout out to San Roque National High School. Shout out daw. Hi po. From Caressa Marie Duterte, good morning everyone, watching from Tetuan District. From Sally Hassan, good morning, applicant from Ayala District. Very active ang mga applicants ng Ayala District. Ang daming nagko-comment. From Jonathan Kalumpang, better morning from Baliwasan District. Okay, I think that's all for this time. Maybe later magbabasa pa tayo ulit ng ating mga shoutouts, and ninonote lang po ng aking mga co-secretariat ang mga questions niyo po para po mamaya sa ating open forum. So this will be our last speaker for today. Down to our last speaker, the Education Program Supervisor for Technical and Livelihood Education, and one of the members of the Division Selection Committee for Senior High School level, to discuss to us the considering and utilizing of the Registry of Qualified Applicants up to the effectivity. Let us listen to our speaker, Ma'am Laarni V. Miranda.
Blessed day, everyone, especially to our PSTS and of course to our senior high school teacher applicants who are viewing us right now through live streaming. I'm Dr. Laarni V. Miranda, Education Program Supervisor for EPP, TLE, and TVL, and designated as Division Senior High School Focal Person. And today, I am tasked to discuss to you the remaining provisions of DepEd Order Number 3 Series 2016, particularly Provisions 8 to 14. So let's continue the orientation. Provision number 8 states the constituting and utilizing of the Registry of Qualified Applicants, or RQA. The RQA is the list of applicants qualified for appointment, which shall be used in filling up new items and natural vacancies for senior high school teaching positions. It shall be valid for a period of 1 year. That is why, for those who were not hired, even though they were in the RQA, they have to undergo the same process of applying, because everything goes back to square one. However, if and only if all applicants in the RQA had been appointed and there are still available positions, the SDO shall appoint applicants following the guidelines in items 10 to 12 of this provision, which I will discuss later. Number 2 of the provision states that the cut-off score for the inclusion in the RQA is 70 points. This means that only those senior high school teacher applicants whose scores is 70 points and above shall be included in the RQA. Please take note that there is no recalibration or updating of scores for senior high school applicants when the RQA will be officially posted here in the division office and on our DepEd website. Furthermore, the Division Selection Committee will prepare 5 separate RQAs for senior high school, according to the 5 subject groups that Zamboanga City Division is offering. And these are UMS, ABM, STEM, TVL, and Sports. Subject area specialization of the qualified applicants shall be the primary consideration. Thus, applicants to be appointed must be qualified to teach the subject area specialization needed by the school. Most importantly, only those applicants with professional teaching licenses from PRC shall be given permanent appointments, and those non-eligible will be given contractual appointments, and they must pass the LET within 5 years of hiring. Pursuant to Section 12 of RA 10533, qualified academic personnel affected or displaced from employment from higher education institutions as a result of the adoption and implementation of the Act shall be given first priority in hiring. Thus, per RQA, displaced HEI faculty with the specializations needed by the school shall be appointed first before all other qualified applicants may be appointed. Moreover, for school year 2018-2019 onwards, hiring shall be based on the division and school's needs. Now, in cases where all those in the RQA had been appointed and there are still available positions or items, senior high school teacher applicants with eligibility, which is professional teaching license, who obtain ratings of 65 to 69.99 points may be given permanent appointments. Likewise, if all those without eligibility who obtain ratings of 65 to 69.99 points have been appointed and assigned to their respective stations and there are still available teaching items, Applicants who obtain 65 to 69.99 points who are non-let passers may be given contractual appointments. Now, let's move on to Provision 9, which is the release of the Registry of Qualified Applicants or the RQA. At this point, after the validation of the results, the school's division superintendent shall post the signed and the complete results of RQA in at least 3 conspicuous places in the school's division office and on the website of the school's division office. The RQA shows the full names of the qualified applicants in alphabetical order, their specializations, and it also shows both the results of each criterion and the final overall rating of the qualified applicants. Aside from this, it also indicates the date of posting and by the signed school's division superintendent. Next, in determining the rank and the salary to be offered to qualified applicants, once the RQA has been released, the Division Selection Committee shall determine and directly communicate with the qualified applicants regarding the following concerns. First, teaching rank and salary to be offered based on applicants' qualifications following the qualification standards set in Annex A of this order. However, only Teacher 1 position may be offered to qualified fresh graduates or those who have successfully completed a course of study or training within 1 year from the date of graduation. Hence, there are 3 options for status of employment based on applicants' preference and eligibility. First, permanent status. This status is allowed if applicant obtains a rating of 70 and above and possesses requirements under education, experience, training, and let eligibility set in Annex A, or if the applicant is a licensed teacher who obtains a rating between 65 and 69.99 and the SDO has exhausted its RQA and there are still positions to be filled. Second, provisional status. This status is given to applicant obtains a rating of 70 and above and possesses requirements under education experience and training set in Annex A. Eligibility requirement, which is passing the LET, must be gained within the first 5 years of teaching senior high school. Third, contractual status. This is allowed if applicant obtains a rating of 70 and above but opts to have a contractual appointment, or if applicant lacks the eligibility requirement but obtains an RQA rating between 65 and 69.99 and the SDO has exhausted its RQA. Appointed eligible applicants who obtain 65 to 69.99 points and there are still positions to be filled. Next, in the appointment of applicants, the school's division superintendent, as the appointing authority, shall ensure that the hiring of qualified teachers, whether permanent, provisional, or contractual, are according to civil service rules and regulations. The SDS shall also advise the newly hired teachers to report for their first day of work, provided that appointment papers are already in order, and in addition to, he shall also provide the regional office with the list of hired applicants with their respective employment status, teaching ranks and salary grades to which the applicant should have concurred. Lastly, aggrieved qualified applicants in the RQAs of the school's division office and those who are disqualified may file a protest or complaint respectively. You may address your letter of complaint to our school's division superintendent and the Division Grievance Committee will entertain and take action to your complaint. With this, let me end our orientation with our Zamboanga City Schools Division Service slogan, No hay cosa imposible. Cree, junto, puede! Muchísimas gracias, thank you, and God bless.
Muchísimas gracias, Dr. Laarni Miranda. Maraming salamat po. That was a very clear discussion on how we will utilize the RQA. So kung may mga questions and queries kayo, posibleng nasagot na ni Ma'am Laarni. But later, open pa rin po kami for the open forum. So, before we will proceed sa ating open forum, doon na po magdi-discuss ang ating mga speakers kung ano yung mga questions nila. I just want to read some shout-outs coming from the viewers. Para at least naman, mabasa ko din ang mga shout-outs nila. Okay, we have Adrian Monternel. Good morning from Culianan District. Hello po sa mga taga Culianan District. From Tina de Guzman. Okay. Question pala yun. From Mary Joy Arquiza. Great morning, everyone. From Joy Bell Yu. Good morning, everyone. Watching from Putik District. Giselle from Rhea Lipapak. Good morning po. Watching from Vitali District. Wow! Hi po sa mga taga Vitali. Welcome po dito sa ating orientation. We have J. Alrico. Better morning. Applicant from Talon-Talon. Myrtol. Good morning, everyone. From Irish Fernando. Thank you so much, ma'am. I think all of this dito sa baba ay mga questions na po. From Earl Plenago, thank you for this detailed information. God bless you po. God bless you too. So, we are very welcome dito sa ating open forum. Basta mag-post lang po kayo ng questions nyo po. Do not be hesitant na mag-post ng questions kasi we will be very welcome to accommodate all your inquiries. So, I think we are now ready for our open forum. So, to moderate our open forum, let us welcome Mr. Basilio D. Uy.
Good morning, applicants, and as well as to the PSDS of the different districts. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh. For a while.
Naka-on ka na.
Ma'am Marnie.
Sir,
So,
yes po.
Okay, so can you hear me? Signal
Yes
check
po.
lang tayo.
Yes
Okay.
po. Okay na po.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma'am Marnie, for facilitating. So we are now on the open forums wherein we will be answering questions, raised by the different applicants, So I'll be reading first the questions, then I will be reading questions, and I will also invite the talented guest speakers, to answer questions for the applicants to be clarified on what are the questions that need to be answered. Okay, again, so Ma'am Marnie, good morning. So we'll be reading the questions, and I will be asking also our partners, to help us to answers and to clarify questions from the applicants raised earlier. So again, blessed morning to each and everyone. So let me start. Questions number 1. We have here from Stina de Giman. So the question is, hi ma'am, I'm applying for both junior and high school. Do I need to do lesson plan and teaching demo for both? So the answer is, since you're applying 2 levels, so you are to prepare 2 lesson plans because you'll be also scheduling to demo on two separate venues for the junior high school and for senior high school. So again, the lesson plan that you're going to prepare for the junior will be used also for senior high school. All you have to do is to have it photocopied and for you to have it presented to the junior team for you to do the demonstration. Okay, next question here we have from Mary Lou Onos. Ma'am, good AM. Ask ko lang po, what about who already passed the RQA last year, who did not hire because of the pandemic? So these questions will be answered by Ma'am Dr. Miranda. So please take it away.
Okay, good morning. So thank you for that. What will I say? Para pawala lang ng nervyos sa mga applicants. Thank you for that wonderful question. Okay, so actually, as what we had discussed earlier, that our RQA is valid for 1 year. Ha? Hindi ako naka-on?
On.
Naka-on na ako. Okay. Oh, yan. Okay. Okay, so again, so as we had discussed earlier, the RQA is valid for 1 year. So when you say 1 year, so lahat yung hindi po na-hired, even though naka-pandemic po tayo, but then since it is stated clearly in our guidelines that our RQA is only valid for 1 year. So everything goes back to square one or zero. However, our EPT is valid for 2 years. So if ever you took the EPT last 2020, you can still use it for, it's still valid for 2021. But you still have the option to take the EPT if you are not contented with your result. So again, I said the RQA is valid for 1 year. So those who were not hired last year, you still have to undergo the same process for you to be included in the present RQA.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Miranda. No, we'll now proceed to the next question. So this is from Jin Wu. Sir, Madam, po ba ang 30 units earned po sa masteral? Under saan po, if ever? Salamat po and God bless. So I would like to invite Sir Mateo to please answer this.
Bakit mo inood?
Okay, so thank you, Dr. Miranda.
Continue, sorry.
So we'll now proceed to the next question from Jin Wu. Sir, Madam, ask ko lang po kung counted po bang 30 units earned sa masteral and under saan po if ever. Salamat po and God bless. So I would like to invite Sir Badeo to please answer this question. Sir, please take it away.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that question. According to the DepEd Order number 3, 2016 under education, if you have earned 18 units and above, you will earn 2 points. If the 30 unit is a complete academic requirements or CAR,
How about unmute if you na camera na phone unmute. Nag-unmute.
Naka-mute ang camera mo.
Unmute the button. Unmute.
okay. So if your 30 units, okay na. So, okay. May problema lang. Okay, thank you, sir. If your 13 units is a CAR or complete academic requirements, you have to ask for a certification, certified you that is a CAR. So you will earn 3 points. But if you are a graduate, full-fledged graduates of MA, you will earn 5 points. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Badeo, for that answer. So we have similar questions, no, asked earlier, no. So this is related this is related to the units earned in the master's degree. So this is coming from, okay, for a while. It's coming from Jonathan Kalumpang. 18 units po sa master's degree in science. May points po ba ito applying for academic science? So again, would like to invite Sir Badeo.
For 18 units for academic, at least that is 2 points. You will earn 2 points for 18 units in master's degree. If you are a car, complete academic requirements, that is plus 3 points. But if you are full-fledged MA, you will earn 5 points. The same questions with the previous one.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Badeo. So we'll now proceed to the next question. This is coming from Frina Nurilia. So good morning po. Yung mga QA last year na hindi natawagan, may chance pa rin po ba kaming matawagan? Thank you. So I would like to invite Ma'am Dr. Miranda to please answer this question, please.
Okay. Hello again. So, yung question ay, if I'm right, you're asking if may chance pa bang matawagan kayo yung nasa RQA last year. So, yung nasa RQA po last year, siguro ang masasabi po namin, we will encourage you to undergo the same process that you had undergone last year para maisama yung mga pangalan nyo sa RQA. So kung sakali mang tawagan for vacant positions or for chance to be in, masasabi po namin na sa ngayon, parang wala na talaga kaming item din para sa mga extension items sa senior high school. So we have to wait for the item to arrive, and of course hintayin po natin na may bago po tayong RQA. So chance siguro na matawagan kayo na to undergo the same process para mapasama yung pangalan nyo. Pero yung hiring, medyo siguro masasabi ko medyo malabo po kasi meron po tayo ngayon na nandito na po tayo ngayon sa second or next RQA po ng ating division.
Thank you, Dr. Miranda. So it's very clear, no? So may 1 year value RQA. So next question po,
Okay. Klaro na po ba?
okay na tayo?
Okay na po. Okay.
Hello, Ma'am Marnie.
Yes po. Hello? Sir?
Hello?
I think we are experiencing technical problems right now. Medyo mahina po
Hello?
talaga yung internet.
Sir Bas, klaro ka na. Go ahead, please.
Hello? Okay na.
Go
So
ahead,
we'll
Sir
now
Bas. Yes po.
I cannot hear my voice, no? Sige. Hello. So bale, thank you, Ma'am Miranda with for that answer. So I repeat, no, may 1-year validity po tayo sa RQA result. So next question po from Lime Liedo. So good morning po. Paano po yung nag-take ng EPT plus 2020? Need po ba tayo mag-take ulit? Thank you. So I would like to invite Ma'am Leila Fernandez to answer this question. Ma'am Leila, please take it away.
Hello, good morning again. Now, we have already mentioned that concern earlier, but for the purpose of repeating it, yes po, the validity of the EPT is up to 2 years. So if you took your EPT in 2020 and then decided not to take in 2021, valid pa po siya. So that means to say, whatever is your score in 2020 will be carried over for 2021. However, should you decide to take the latest EPT for 2021, whatever is your score, the latest EPT will be carried, even if it's going to be the lower score, because the latest EPT will be the one we will consider. Pero kung ayaw nyo na pong mag-take ng EPT for 2021, yung score ng 2020 ang i-carry over natin para sa 2021 application po ninyo. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, thank you Ma'am Leila, no? Very well said, no, sa question ni Ma'am Lime Liedo. So we'll now proceed to the question of Ma'am Jocelyn Gonzaga. Hi Ma'am, ask ko lang po if face-to-face po ba ang demo or online po? Thank you. So with regards to the demo, so face-to-face po tayo because we have already coordinated with the IATF, no? So meron po tayong social distancing sa area where we are going to have our demo. So again, so face-to-face po ang ating demonstration on following the schedule that will be posted later po. So next question po from Albern Posadas. So good morning, ma'am. May I ask po, can we choose PIR topic? What do you mean by PIR topic for the demonstration? Siguro you're referring to the subject matter. Okay, so the answer po is to prefer your own topic provided lang po sa area ng ina-apply po natin. For example, if you are applying for science, so definitely the topics all about science, hindi po sa mathematics. Okay. Next po from Lazel Antahil. Hi ma'am, Marnie. Clarification lang po. Is the demo teaching will be face-to-face or via video teleconferencing? Thank you. So answered na po kanina, face-to-face. Pero ano lang tayo, no? Doc, peer teaching lang tayo. Ha? We'll not be inviting learners kasi bawal po under sa IATF protocol. Next po is from Floriza Roque. Hi ma'am, ask ko lang po yung portfolio po ba sa TM1? Have po ba itong points? At ilang points po iba ito? Thank you. So I think we'll invite Sir Badeo to please answer this.
Okay, for TM, since you have an NC holder of NC2 plus the TM, that is a perfect score of 20 already. Thank you, sir. Under training.
Okay, so I would like also to invite Ma'am Lay to please enlighten konti about sa tanong ni Ma'am Florisa, no, yung sa TM. Okay, Ma'am Layla, please.
Okay, in addition to what has been said, i-clarify lang po natin kung baka ang gusto ni teacher yung kanyang TM ay ilalagay niya po niya sa portfolio. Hindi po doon ika-count yung TM natin, kundi ika-count siya po doon sa training. Nandun po yung points kasi iba po yung mga documents to be considered para po sa portfolio or outstanding accomplishments. To clarify lang po. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Ma'am Leila for the clarification, no, para at least hindi maguguluhan yung ating mga applicants, no, in preparing their documents. So we'll now proceed to the question of Ma'am Almarian Sarita. Hi po, during sa demonstration process in my field as SOCSI major, kailangan po ba talagang English as means of the communication? Thank you po. So ang mean of communication po natin ay English po kasi we're teaching soft sci, no? Science. So English po ang ating communication, means of communication po. So next is from Istina de Guzman. Hi ma'am, nakasali po ako last 2017 RQA. Valid po ba yun? Thank you po in advance for answering. God bless po. So ma'am, Dr. Miranda will answer you that again, no?
Okay, so again, yung mga previous RQA natin, hindi na po sila counted. Sabi po, paulit-ulit na po na sinasabi namin na ang RQA is only for 1 year. So kailangan talagang mag-undergo ng panibagong proseso para maisali ang mga pangalan sa RQA.
Thank you, Dr. Miranda. So again, so RQA, mayroon tayong validity, 1 year, no, for clarification. So next question is from Giselle Montante. Hello po. Ask ko lang po if I can use the same lesson plan sa junior high school for senior high school for demo. As what we have answered earlier, pwede po, pero depende po sa ina-apply natin. Baka sa junior, ina-apply nyo yung science, tapos sa senior, nag-apply kayo sa, for example, TBL, tapos hindi siya so iba po. Okay, basta you have to use separate lesson plan po for the levels that you're applying for. Okay? Next po tayo is from wait lang, nawala. If wala po ba tayong EPT, can we take the EPT to complete the 70 points? So this will be answered by Ma'am Leila. So Ma'am Leila, please, with regards to EPT.
Hello again. Because EPT po is one of the criteria that we need to undergo as an applicant. Kaya required po talaga kumuha tayo ng EPT to complete the different processes po for the application process sa hiring for senior high school. Thank you.
Again, thank you, Ma'am Leila, for that answer. So we'll now proceed to the next question from Kalin Alpas. So good morning po. Paano po yung mga nakapasa na ng senior high school RQA last school year na di na po natatawagan till now po? Mag-reapply po ba this year? And pwede po bang ibaba ang RQA sa junior high school? Thank you. So sige, pakinggan muna natin si Ma'am Miranda with her answer.
Okay, so the same thing na sinabi ko kanina na yung RQA natin ay again valid for 1 year. So yung mga hindi po natawagan last year, maaari pong naubusan na po kayo ng items natin kasi kakunti lang yung mga positions na items natin. So maybe better siguro na mag-apply na lang din tayo ngayon so that your name will be included in the RQA and you still have the chance to be hired. So another thing, yung RQA po sa senior high school ay hindi po pwedeng dalhin natin sa junior high schools kasi iba po yung criteria nila doon. The computation of points, iba po. So, if you applied for senior high school at nasali yung pangalan nyo sa senior high school RQA, so for senior high school lang po yun. If you want to apply also sa junior, so you have to undergo the same process po doon sa junior high school para kayo po masali. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Miranda, for that answer. We'll now proceed to the next question from Iris Fernando. Hi, ma'am. Just want to clarify what kind of teaching method we will use for senior high school. Thank you so much. So as teacher, alam na po natin kung anong strategy or teaching techniques that we're going to present or to use in order for us to deliver our lesson. So nasa inyo na po yan. Depende na po kung anong style ng delivery na gagamitin ninyo for as long as the learners will learn po. So thank you. Next is from Lina Marie Francisco. Hello, ask ko lang po, counted po ba yung test na po na English language and culture? Kahit po science major po ako. Thank you. So I think Sir Badeo will answer this question.
Relative to the certificate you have from TESDA, that is for accordingly from Sir June, that is good for elementary, so that will not be counted in the senior high school. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Next, from Almarian sa Sarita again. So, similar questions as earlier, no? So, with regards to TM1. So, holder po ako ng TM1 but as trainer lang po ang naipasa ko during sa assessment. So, ilang points ang makukuha ko po? Thank you, Sir Badeo, please.
Again, for TM1, that is already perfect score of 20 points. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So, next question na po tayo from Ma'am Bea Mayet Tumutod. So, good morning po. Ask ko lang kung valid po ba yung Computer Literacy Certificate which is 2017 pa for the specialized training sa academic track po. Thank you. So, the answer is, hindi na po kasi the validation for this po is only for 2 years. So, since 2017, matagal-tagal na po. So, hindi na po siya counted po, ma'am. So, next from Cristel Rojas. Iba po ang maging rubrics na for PEC graduate or sa PEC. So, you're referring sa point system po ito? Kasi yung sa PEC po, is, kumbaga ito yung nakuha na po to sa natin sa sa college, di ba? For you to qualify, meron kayong teaching strategy. But yung sa requirements po sa rubric sa senior high school po, the O3 rather is different po. So magkaiba po sila, ma'am. Next from Ronel Balan. Hello, ma'am. Good morning po. How about sa lesson planning po? Ano po yung susundin namin? Yung MELC or sa GC na gagamitin sa ang objectives? Thank you po. So, ang gagamitin po natin dito, ma'am, is sa GC po, yung sa sa CG. CG po ang gagamitin natin, not MELCs. Okay? Next, from Bea Mayet Tumutut again, another question po, ma'am, pwede po ba dalawa ang applyan namin, junior high school and senior high school? So, na-answer na po natin yan, pwede po as long as we are qualified po. Next, from Jocelyn Gonzaga, ma'am, about po sa lesson plan, ano po ba ang gagamitin natin? Semi or detailed po? So again, for the demo purposes, we're going to use detailed po ang gagamitin natin. Next, from Frina Norilia, good morning. Yun mga RQA last year under DO3. Pwede po ba namin i-update na lang at score namin, ang score namin or need to undergo sa hiring process? So, in-explain na to ni ma'am Dr. Miranda na yung validity natin is for 1 year lang. So kung naklalapse na siya po, so hindi natin pwede update dito but you need to reapply for that particular year.
Si Yakabaya Akalban answer siguro bro, may kuya questions.
Okay. Okay, sige, wait lang ha, nawala ako. So, next question po from Ernesto Tiguha, si Sona Jr. So, with regards to the RQA pa rin po to, no? So, na-answer na po natin to, 1 year validity RQA. So, from Franciscan Paragas, hi po, ask ko lang po, I'm applying for both junior and senior high school. Do I need to take the EPT for both? So, ang EPT po ay once lang yan po, either sa junior or sa senior po. So, you need not to take EPT for junior and EPT for senior high school. So, from Rafida Dugasan, good morning po. Ask ko lang po kung ilang points ang English language and culture, TESDA, pag under UMS ako mag-apply. So, Sir Badeo, please.
It was already answered, that question, because that particular certificate from TESDA is good for elementary and not for senior high school. Thank you.
Okay, so na-answer na po yan ni Sir Badeo. So next is from Sabi 28. Ma'am, ask ko lang po, may points po ba kung yung working experience ay hindi sa field of education like sa office admin? So ang answer po natin depende po sa ina-applyan natin track or subject po. So kung related siya, possible may points po siya, ma'am or sir, no? Pero kung hindi po siya, wala siyang mag-credit na points po. Next is from Rixel Balan. Where can we see the results of the EPT, ma'am, if I may ask? So definitely yung EPT result, sa ano yan, ang administration process dito yan sa under SGOD for you to take the exam, no? Pero yung result ay ibababa yan sa human resource under sa office ni Ma'am Dulce. Next, from Jonalyn Gaspar, bakit po ang junior high school, yun ang mga pumasa last year, no need to reapply? Bakit po ang senior mag-apply po ulit? So, yung sinasabi natin DO7, no? Kasi ang for senior high school kasi we are following DO3 2016. So, kumbaga yung RQA niya is 1 year validity. In the event na pumasa kayo within that 1 year, hindi kayo na-absorb, magiging null and void na yan po yung points natin. So, you have to reapply for the next year po. Kasi sinasabi natin, yung validity ng application po natin o yung RQA po is 1 year lang po. So, unlike sa junior, iba po yung debit order na sinusundan niya po. Next, from Marj Vallador. Hello and good morning po, ma'am and sir. Ask ko lang po, how about yung may 18 units na po ako sa masteral ko? Pero not po sa field ng specialization. May points po ba ito? Sir Badeo, please.
Okay. It was mentioned that your education must be related, your master's degree must be related to what particular track you are applying. If that is not related, so there will be no points. Thank you.
Okay, klaro na po yan sa ang points sa GWA or sa undergrad course or sa PEC po. Sir Badeo, please clarify. Undergrad or sa
Points for sa undergrad.
Undergrad or sa PEC. Kasi PEC is naman.
So all subjects for undergrad will be computed. All subjects for undergrad will be computed. Included siya. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Next, we have from Pilar Santos. Ask ko lang po. Kasi I took my RQA last 2020 and I did not meet the DO7. Now I reapply again. But I will be turning 51 this coming February. Will I still be considered for a teaching position? Wait na. So yung age qualification ni ma'am, no, ano may ma'am, excuse me, your question, the question from Pilar, no, kung yung age niya kasi mag-51 na siya this coming February, advance happy birthday, ma'am, no? So, will you be still considered for a teaching position? So, pwede po pa, ma'am, for as long as able pa po tayo at saka yung importante po ay nakapasa po tayo sa RQA to qualify po. Pero yung tanong nyo kasi dito, yung RQA nyo plus 2020 pa, ma'am, no? So, dapat po, be informed po tayo sa 1 year validity ng RQA po natin for us to be able to, to be absorbed. Okay? So, next is, wait lang ha, medyo na may pumasok. Okay. So from EJ Apple, good morning po. I am an applicant for both junior high school and senior high school. Okay po lang. Okay po ba yung topic ko for junior high school? Iba pa. Gaya ng sinabi ko kanina po. So you can apply to both levels. So you can make use of the same topic or subject matter for them. For Hazel Talion, clarification lang po. Is the distribution of items based on the applicant's ranking sa RQA? Thanks po. Okay, so yung basis po ng hiring po is sa RQA. Depende po yan sa track. Kaya depende po yan sa needs na school. Base po, kasi ang RQA natin nakaseparate siya po. Nasa TBL, meron sa YUM. So depende po. So you will be absorbed depende po kung anong kailangan item for that particular school based po sa RQA na gagamitin as basis for hiring. So next is we have last question no from Ma'am Annalyn Ramos. If core subject po ang tinuturuan, dapat specific track lang ang apply. Thank you in advance.
Particular TBL.
Particular, sige, I would like to request sir.
If you are applying for TBL, specializing because there are four strands in TBL. We have ICT, Industrial Arts, Home Economics, and Agri-Fishery Arts. So your certificate or education must be related to that, to what particular subject you are or track you are applying for. Thank you.
So, it was answered by Sir with regards to the question of Ma'am Annalyn. So far, Ma'am Marnie, wala na po tayong questions no, na nakikita sa board. No? So, what are we going to do next? Kung may mga tanong pa na parating.
I think there are no questions raised by our applicants. Wala na po, wala na ba, Ed? So far kasi sir, nagta-typing pa po sila for their questions. But I think so far wala na pong questions coming from our participants, our viewers. And siguro later, if you have still questions, pwede pa po ninyong ilagay sa ating comment section. Then later, we will address na lang din po. Thank you very much, Sir Bas, and the entire committee of Senior High School, the Senior High School Division Selection Committee.
Hello.
Yes po, sir. Yes po.
Ma'am Marnie. So before
yes, sir,
we'll finalize this orientation online, so may sasabihin na additional si Ma'am Leila, no? May sasabihin ng konti si Ma'am Leila. So we'll give the floor to Ma'am Leila, please. Okay, thank you. Ma'am Leila, please come in.
Thank you. Kasi we know that probably many of our applicants are asking kung bakit hindi pwedeng yung RQA nila ng 2020 ay i-consider for 2021 kagaya ng ginagawa sa junior high school. Meron kasi tayong mga special cases, like for example, yung training certificates ng ating mga applicants for senior high school. Because the training certificates, for example, are those coming from TESDA, have expiry dates. Halimbawa po, yung application po ninyo ay 2020, tapos yung inyong TESDA certificate pala will expire in 6 months. So by 2021, ma-invalidate na po siya. Kaya we cannot 100% accept the reapplication, I mean the carrying over of the RQA for 2020 papuntang 2021. However, we would like to entertain the idea to accommodate some of the applicants who are fully qualified in terms of the validity of the documents. Probably one of the things that we could do is to validate your documents. If your documents of 2020, especially the training certificates, are still valid or hindi pa expired until 2021, then probably we can consider that particular applicant that there's no need for him to reapply. Isasali siya sa RQA ng 2021. Another case po sa ating training certificates ay yung tinatawag na training migration. Kasi inexplain po ng ating program coordinator for TVL, may mga training titles or specialization na nababago. So kailangan ina-update po siya. So hindi pwedeng i-assume po natin na yung training certificate na na-submit a year ago ay still the same specialization for the current year. That's why we need to validate po. Pero for those of you who think that your training certificates are still valid up to this year, we might probably validate your documents to consider you from not anymore reapplying, but to carry over your score for the 2021 RQA. So yun po ang pwede lang po naming ma-clarify dun sa mga queries. We know that a lot of you are asking na bakit hindi pwedeng ma-carry over yung 2020 RQA papuntang 2021. Dahil po sa mga special cases na na-mention natin regarding training certificates. So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Leila. At least klaro na po sa lahat yung mga queries nila. Nasagot na po ng ating committee. Kung may mga questions pa po, maybe later na lang po, makikater na lang namin kung ilagay nyo lang po sa ating comment section. Then later we will just reply to it. So I think we are done with our open forum. So let's proceed to our last part sa ating program. So before we will end our orientation pala, we will flash on our screen the schedule of interview and demo teaching for senior high school level. Please check po ang ating interview and demo teaching schedule. Check this out. So there you have it, ang ating schedule for the senior high school interview and demo per district. So you may check your venue kung saan po kayo assign na district. I think for Ayala District, we have Ayala National High School and so on and so forth. So we have Recodo District, Recodo National High School. I-check nyo din ang inyong dates para para guided po tayo sa kung kailan at saan tayo pupunta during our interview and demo. So let's proceed to the last part. May we call on Ma'am Leila Fernandez to address, to have our closing program.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Now, in closing, we just would like to reiterate all our applicants, to please be reminded of the different criteria so we will not be submitting irrelevant documents. So we just would like to remind you that be very conscious about the term that we use as relevant documents. So gusto lang po naming masiguro na you will not be misinformed or will be misled into believing just because we have this kind of test certificates, we are already qualified to teach TVL subjects. So balikan po lagi natin yung provisions na nandoon sa DO3 para we will not be misled. And to all our PSDSS who are with us, the Division Selection Committee for Senior High School, our Secretariat, thank you so much. And we hope that we will be able to have a very successful journey as we entertain applicants to become powerful members of DepEd family for senior high school. God bless everyone. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Closing program. So we would like also to thank the following, the men and women behind the successful online orientation. We have, of course, Ma'am Genevieve Kulong, the head of our ICT, ang pinakamaganda at pinaka-sexy nating Ma'am Genevieve Kulong. We have also Mr. Michael Rute, ang ating, ang tao sa likod ng ating online streaming today. Our speakers for today, thank you very much. For my co-secretariat, Kimberly May Noche and Ed Marie de la Serna, thank you very much din po. Our overall secretariat in charge, si Ma'am Dulce Elaine Torres. To our broadcasting team, thank you very much, headed by Dr. Valeria Fides Cortesa and Dr. Vicky Mangasur.
And of course, the Division Selection Committee for Senior High School level, headed by our chairperson, Mr. Basilio Uy, si Ma'am Leila Fernandez, si Ma'am Laarni Miranda, and Mr. Erwin Badeo, and the rest of the members po. Thank you very much. To our overall chairperson for this Registry of Qualified Applicants 2021, Dr. J.S. Montealto, our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent. Thank you very much, sir. And of course, our Schools Division Superintendent for allowing us to conduct this meaningful orientation and very, very useful talaga sa ating mga applicants. Our SDS, Dr. Roy C. Tubalia. Thank you very much, sir. So to wrap up this orientation, we hope that you learn a lot from this. Lahat ng mga queries nila, I think were already answered by our committee. So, ngayon, ready na kayo to proceed with the next part of your application. I think that will be interview and demo teaching. And I think you already know the whole application process kasi masyado talagang na-explain ng maayos ng ating mga speakers. So, thank you very much also to our viewers sa mga participation na ipinakita nyo during our online orientation, sa mga comments and shoutouts natin. Thank you very, very much po. So, I think our online orientation for Teacher 1 applicants is already done. This will conclude our online orientation. Once again, this is your host, Marnie Ampatin, signing off. See you around. Bye-bye.
This is the chance to learn, let's brighten the day. With you the journey will continue. Yes, to education, we are reaching to you. We'll be on your way, we know we can help you learn. Yes, we can, we reach high, we big, we believe. Que junto puede, para con él sambuangueños. Yes, with you we'll continue. Let's say yes to education. Que junto puede, para con él sambuangueños. Yes, we can reach high, dream big, we believe. Que junto puede, para con él sambuangueños. Yes, with you we'll continue. Let's say yes to education. Que junto puede, para con él sambuangueños. The long roads, the mountains high, the challenging seas will reach out to you. We'll do it, we'll bring it, we'll guide you on your way. Yes, we can, we reach high, dream big, we believe. Que junto puede, para con él sambuangueños. Yes, with you we'll continue. Let's say yes to education. Que junto puede, para con él sambuangueños. Que junto puede, para con él sambuangueños.